Live from the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, California, this is theSkimm on what happens behind the scenes at the Oscars.
We really start the Oscars more or less full-time in November.
The production designer is in charge of designing everything you see on stage. This is a kind of a guess. I would say about 150 people help build the set. And then once it gets to the Dolby, there's probably about 50 people who help load it in.
My role producing the musical performances on the show, I deal with all the creative elements.
I always send notes the day before to the Talent Relations Committee telling them there's no food, drink, and restrooms nearby, so be prepared when you come out there.
Oscar Sunday, we do a complete dress rehearsal with all the presenters. It's with all the musical performances, and it's from top to bottom of the show.
And then right after rehearsal, we're on.
On the day of, I meditate a little. Just speaking really is what can warm up my vocal cords.
And I would say about an hour before the show starts, it gets absolutely crazy. The funniest thing I've seen is we did have someone arrive in a limousine that had a jacuzzi in the back of it. Don't really know if I'd want to arrive like that, but I've seen it before.
On the red carpet, the day of the show, we have a committee called the Talent Relations Committee, and this group of people take the talent from their cars, sort of lead them down the carpet to their interviews.
After they drop off at the red carpet, we have an area for them to park and stage and wait for their client to call them back. Their client has won or lost, that's going to kind of dictate how their night goes.
The announcer's voice is the voice that you hear pretty much from the top of the show, live from the Dolby Theater in Hollywood, California.
I touch up the celebrities. Most of the celebrities come done for red carpet. By the time the presenters come up to stage, it's time for a touch-up. We have sometimes as little as 60 seconds. We go through tons of Q-tips and breath mints. And I've reintroduced the Banaka spray backstage at the Oscars.
On the Oscars, artists never lip sync. It's one of the reasons I think we have so mmany great musical performances that will go down on television history.
Where you would hear me again would be either introducing a presenter, doing a winner walk-up. Diane Warren has been nominated 9 times for an Academy Award, and tonight she picks up her first Oscar.
Most common backstage glam emergency is crying, fixing tears of joy.
What do we do when there's problems? We deal with them as they come up.
Have we not proven to the world that we really don't know who's going to win until it's announced on stage?
The things that went wrong last year, everybody knows.
You had to ask. Yes, I have mispronounced a name or two. When you are live on television, anything can happen.
Maybe has a dress malfunction.
I'm worried about people slipping and falling on stage. I can't really control that, but I somehow feel responsible, and I don't want them to do that.
The 90th Annual Academy Awards will return in a moment.
So during every commercial break, we completely change the set. It's quite something to see if you were standing in the wings and watch this, because sometimes the stage is swarmed by about 40 or 50 stagehands. You know, usually they've got about 3.5 or 4 minutes to do that, so it's really has to be done incredibly quickly.
You know, when the live show is happening, you have to leave it to the performers, you have to leave it to all the departments, and it's basically out of your hands.